Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 and thank you again for joining us for another live Q&A. My name is Aja Atwood. I'm the CEO and one of two co-founders of Trella Technologies. If this is your first time checking this out, thank you very much for spending some time with us. We do live sessions every so often. We typically do them every Monday at 5 p.m. EST. So if you're listening to this recording and you'd like to catch it live, be sure to come back next Monday, 5 p.m. EST to check us out. Today, we're going to talk about a few things, but the main topic for today is Trella Grow LST, which is our automated horizontal plant training system. We're going to be talking about what it looks like in veg, how you interact with it, how you put the plant in, and also how it works. So today we're talking about veg. Next week, we're going to jump into flowering, and we're also going to share some updates about some awesome company updates that I'm looking forward to sharing with you as well. Thank you very much again for checking us out. I'm going to switch up a little bit and show some pictures here of a few of our grow trials that we've done. So if you're new to Trella Grow LST, it's an automated horizontal plant training system. And we've been working on this solution for quite some time, myself and my co-founder. The overall goal for us was to figure out a way to train a tall plant to grow in a small, short space using automation because we weren't able to be with our grow all the time. So really what I'm trying to do is we're trying to help people who don't have a lot of time to maintain their plants. You may be very busy, you may be on the go. We try to come up with a solution for you. So what I'm showing on the screen right now on the left is our old prototype, version 4. So we've done this, we're on number 6, on design number 6. And design number 6 is what I'm showing here on the right. That's our CAD model. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some prototype pictures of our 4th design, show you some pictures of our 5th design, and then talk about how you can get your hands on model on our 6th design, our 6th revision here on the right. So on the left is version 4, and you can see that you've got the top of the plant poking through a round ring. Now the ring looks white on this side, but we changed the design as we iterated and made improvements. We changed the design, and we now, on the right-hand side, you can see that the ring is green. And if I show you our actual design, there you can see there's a green ring there and a green ring here as well. So this is our 5th model, 5th design that I'm showing right here. And that's when we included this green apex ring, we call it. So you can see the green ring here on the left. You can also see it here on the right. And going back to the original picture, what you do is you can put your one plant in at the very early vegetation stage. So typically what we do is we put it in when it's about 12 inches tall. So the prototype on the left is showing, a lot of kind of stuff all around it. And I'll explain all of this. We've got fans and things going all around. That was prototype number 4. We've made some significant changes so you don't see that on the model on the right. But what you do is you can use a soil container. So we're showing a soil container right here. And I'll also show a different setup here as well. So on the right, I'm showing a soil container. And then on the left, we're showing a hydroponic tray with grow cubes. So you can use it for a hydroponic setup or you can use it for soil. We wanted to make sure that we gave you the option to do whatever you like. When growers find a way to grow, they like to stick with it. A lot of people like soil because you're able to use, organic nutrients. You're able to stay away from a lot of the fertilizers. A lot of commercial growers or growers that are, on the go, busy, need a lot of automation, will typically go for hydroponic setups. So we wanted to make sure that you could use our device for either soil, hydro, aeroponics, whatever you may have. So what I'm showing on the left-hand side is a little bit of a smaller unit. That's our Model 4. And by 4, we mean 4 feet in length. So we're going 4 feet in this dimension. And then here on the right is our Model 6 in the 6-foot dimension. And you could put soil in the Model 4 as well. You can use a soil pot down there. You can use hydroponic. There's definitely plenty of room. If you're trying to figure out how can you fit your tray, fit your pot within a Trella Grow LST model, definitely make sure that you go to our website. That's trella.io, Trella.io, and I'll drop that in the comments. Go to trella.io for more on the technical details. So you can get a better understanding of the dimensions and the different types of grow containers that can be used within our models. But what we're showing now is just the veg phase. So that's our prototype version 4. I'm going to show you version 5. So version 5 is kind of our hybrid before we got to version 6, which I'm showing here on the screen. But you can see that green apex ring, and in here you can see that the plant's grown a little bit. It's not, this is probably about 2 to 3 weeks in. You've got some vegetation growing within there, and everyone grows differently. I like to use low stress training. I don't like to do a lot of trimming, a lot of pruning during the veg phase. I'm actually doing some experiments right now where I'm only pruning in flower, and I know that typically can result in some problems. But if you have great genetics, it should not. So I've got some great genetics, and I want to try to see what happens when I actually hold all of my pruning to flower. And so far, so good. And I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what that looks like at the very end of this live. So stick around if you can. But this is showing the early veg stage, maybe about 2 to 3 weeks in. You've got some vegetation filling in there, and you can see the very bottom of our fan. It's kind of it's there's a still picture, so it's not moving right now. But that fan goes back and forth, blowing air under this canopy so that we don't get stagnant air, and so that we can keep a lot of that vegetation intact. One of the reasons why we put fans within this unit is to make sure that you don't have to prune a lot, so that you're still getting enough ventilation going through the bottom of your canopy. And here we are again from the top. So now we're looking at it from a different direction, a different angle, but you've got your green apex ring, and you can see that there's a mesh panel on the top. So what we're doing is we're really, holding the plant down and kind of dragging a screen across the top. And it moves slowly over time. It's based on the rate of growth. So the more foliage that accumulates in this green ring, the faster this system will move. You can see, let me try to switch to this one here. You can see the old version. So version 4 is right now on the right, and now we've got version 5 showing on the left. So some substantial improvements that we've made from one design to the next. But basically the overall premise is the same. You let the top of the plant stick through that apex ring. As it starts to grow, we just move that ring down the pathway until you get to the very end of the vegetation phase. So what does that look like, the end of the vegetation phase? I'll try to get to that. One moment. I've got some great photos to show of the late vegetation phase. So I'm going to do that here. Thank you very much for your patience. One day we'll have a live studio to do this type of stuff in, and I am looking forward to it. And then I'll show another photo on the right-hand side. There we go. It's a little bit in the mid-veg stage. Let me try to get that so you can see that a little bit better. So on the left-hand side, I'm showing our shorter, smaller model, Model 4, in the late veg. And then on the right, I'm showing our 4th prototype. So this is our 4th design. What you're seeing on the left is design number 6, in case you happen to miss that. Just wanted to let you kind of know where we are in our design process. And let's see here. There we go. So now we're at the end of that veg phase, and this is version 4 again. You can see that we still have the fans on the outside, and on our final design, you don't see fans anywhere. The fans are underneath. So please, you can ignore the fans for now. They're now on the bottom side of our design. But this is what it looks like at the end of the veg phase. So basically what you're doing is you're letting that opening, that apex ring, start on one side and go all the way to the other. And this is model 6, just for size comparison. So this is the end of what we call the end of our veg phase. And here we have Here we go. Version 5. So that's version 5 at the end of the veg phase. And this is right before we're about to switch into flower. And I'll save that for the next live that we do. Next week, we'll talk about the flowering phase, but this is really what it looks like at the end. And this is over a period of time. And it really it will depend on how fast your plants grow. So if you're wondering about veg time, how long does this process take? We have that information. Definitely make sure that you go to Trello.io. You can check out our product brochure. There's a pop-up. Click the pop-up. You'll be able to get our product brochure. It talks about veg time. It does comparisons to Sea of Green and to Scrog. And it also talks about, the labor and your overall yield. And if you're looking for, a way to get your hands on a Trello Grow LST, we have now made it available to reserve your Trello Grow LST unit. So we're going to be shipping our units starting in the year 2021, but we want to, get people on board now. We want to try to start the pre-orders as soon as possible. So what we decided to do is we decided to allow you the ability to reserve a very low discounted price for being an early adopter. It's our way of saying thank you for being one of our first set of customers. So what you're able to do, if you go to Trello.io and you go to shop and you check out our models, you'll be able to learn more. You'll be able to learn more about the technical details from our product brochure, but you'll also be able to go to our shop and to reserve your model at a very, very low price. And I'm talking, 4-figure discount here. So you'll be able to go in for either $149 down or $189 down and reserve that low discounted price, get that savings up front. And what we're also offering as well is not just the discounted price, but we're also offering free shipping throughout the continental US. We decided to switch that up and to open that up to more people. We previously had our pre-orders only available in several states, but we decided to spread that out and to also push back the delivery date so that we can offer our units to more people throughout the continental US. We know we have people that are interested in California, people that are interested in Colorado, and all throughout, Maine, et cetera. So we want to definitely make sure that we can get this to as many people as possible, but it'll require some time. So what we're doing is we're allowing you to lock in that low discount rate. Now you can go to our website, check out the details, and learn more about how you can do that. And again, what I always like to end with and to say is to let people understand that this is really not for, this is not for outdoor growers. This is not for people who have the time to grow or have the time to be with their plant, or maybe you only have one plant that you have to maintain. That doesn't take a lot of time. But for some people who are, using 6 plants, they have plant count limitations. Maybe you're able to do 12 plants, but you're trying to make the most out of each plant. This is a great solution for you if you're into training, specifically if you don't have a lot of time. And if you're trying to grow those taller strains, those more the landrace strains, the sativa strains. And speaking of landraces, we're actually going to be doing a grow trial with a landrace strain coming up in a few weeks. So stay tuned for that. You'll be able to kind of see as it grows, watch that progress over time. But before I end, a couple of just announcements. Wanted to say that we're really excited to announce that we made it as a finalist for the Boston University pitch competition. That's going to be on November the 7th. So if you're able to, if you're in the Boston area, if you're near BU and you're able to check it out, please, we would love to have you in the audience to cheer us on. The competition is fierce. It's people of all types of backgrounds, with all types of skills, coming up with innovative, new, cool ideas. So we're thrilled to be sharing the stage with 4 other companies to have a chance to compete for a cash prize and for a really great partnership with a really great company. So we're thrilled about that. That's one major announcement that we wanted to share. And also wanted to let everyone know about the change that you can now reserve your discount. You don't have to pay out of pocket 100% upfront. We made it easier for people to try to step into this. So if you're interested in getting a Trello Grow LST, if you're able to wait till 2021, for shipment, but you want to lock in that low discount rate now, please make sure that you go and reserve your unit. It's only either $149 for a Model 4 or $189 for a Model 6. And we're not going to be able to do this for all of our units, especially because we're doing free shipping. So we have a limited availability, unfortunately. we're going to have to, pull the plug on that. And we only have a certain amount of units that we're able to sell at that low discounted price with the free shipping on top. And if you go to our website, I already talked about low discount price. I talked about free shipping, but there's another little gift in there. So if you go to our website, click on our shop, check out our models, you'll see that there's another little special gift in there for you as well. So please check it out. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. Let us know. We are thrilled to be sharing what we're up to with the world. Next week, we're going to be talking about flowering and sharing some more information about how to use Trello LST, specifically how to go from the veg phase to the flowering phase. But I just wanted to, let everyone know again that this is really designed for people who, are trying to grow tall plants in short, small spaces, trying to get the most out of each individual plant. And you might be strapped for time. You may be busy. You have lots of other things on your plate. So you need some assistance to help you out in your grow. So thanks again. Matt love, Matt peace.